Okay, well, you will not be cold in about 3 minutes. Hey guys, so if you are a fan of soccer, of sport of any kind, you will recognize this gentleman here, this good-smelling, good-looking...
He's telling me all the time already I'm smelling good. If
Yeah.
you're not wearing any cologne?
No, you are wearing... It's impossible. Oh, liar. This is Christian Fuchs. Christian is a professional soccer player. He plays for Leicester in the Premier League, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm the first to admit, I know everything there is to know about the NFL, American soccer, football, whatever. I don't know.
I don't know why you call it American football.
Because I'm
you play with your hands,
I don't,
but it's okay.
See what I'm saying? He's already confused, but not as confused as I am that you have 27 leagues in soccer. There's like, so what's is Manchester U? This is another team like Leicester.
Exactly,
oh, and they both play within the Premier League.
Yeah, we have 20 teams in the Premier League.
Yes.
And then you have League 2, 3, 4 until, I don't know, League 11.
You
10,
see?
12, I don't know.
Do you not blame me for not understanding exactly how soccer works?
Well,
There's like 2,700 leagues in London. In
London only,
in
yeah,
Europe.
yeah.
It's too hard to keep. In the NFL is one league. Just the NFL.
Now you see how big football.
Yeah,
now
you can't even say it without
is.
choking on it.
Yeah. No, because we play football. We kick the ball with the football.
Oh, football.
So
Yes.
You understand where I'm coming from?
So I do, but I could throw out the fact that we park on a driveway and drive on a parkway. So we're all kinds of
that's weird. No,
yeah, we're all kinds of crazy here in the United States. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, that my jaw was agape when I read this. Christian's team, was it last year?
Yeah.
Was 5,000 to 1. Those were the odds on Christian's team winning the Premier League, correct?
Exactly.
Do you know what 5,000 to 1 means? That's the same amount of odds as Michael J. Fox walking through here and like proposing to me. Never gonna happen. Or
the odds are better to find Elvis.
Yeah.
It's only 2,000 to 1. So
Yeah.
he's alive 100%.
You are better off finding Elvis
You should bet on
than
that. Yeah,
the
yeah.
Leicester's team was of winning the Premier League. Like, those are the odds. Anyway, that being said, they counted this team out. They're like, this team won't even make it. Nobody likes this team. This team, they're not even going to be in the Premier League next year. You're getting booted, right? And then all of a sudden, what did they do?
Yeah.
They just won the whole thing and screw everybody.
Yeah,
Prove everybody wrong.
The year before we were about to be relegated into the second league, because that's what we play for, against relegation or for winning something.
Right.
And so we were about to be relegated, and then I came into the picture.
It was all you.
I had a transfer to Leicester, and we won it. So
So
now my question is,
what?
who's responsible?
No, and that's a brilliant question. And I'm sure you spent the entire off-season patting yourself on the back, right? And you probably have bruises on your back.
Yeah,
how hard you're patting
all,
myself.
all those people that are patting my shoulders,
Right.
yeah, everything hurts.
Yeah, I'm sure it's tough
No,
to
but
move around
it was simply a
lot.
great team effort, to be honest.
So,
Great team, great guys over there.
and you played for what team before Leicester?
No, Leicester is the team. I played
Right, before Leicester, did you play on a different team?
in Germany, yeah, for Schalke.
Okay. And then
I played for a couple of teams.
You did. Is this the team? Are you still on the Leicester team now?
Yes, yeah, I'm
And this is the team you're going to stay on?
It's the team I'm gonna stay on.
You love it.
I love it.
I mean, after what
It's
you guys
amazing.
went through last year, how could anyone perhaps ever want
it
to
brings
leave?
the group of players closer.
Yeah.
So you feel really comfortable there. You feel like it's your second home. Or when my family, when my wife, if the kids is not there all the time, then you have kind of people that you can hang out with every day.
Is there an off season in soccer, or do you guys play almost year round?
Yeah, in England we have off in summer.
For like 2 months, that's it?
2 months would be nice.
You don't even have 2 months?
This summer it was like 3 weeks.
That's your whole off season?
Yeah, also because there was the European Cup.
When do you see your family?
Well, they are coming over.
They
My
have to
wife,
come.
she's traveling a lot, yeah.
Well, either they pay you an obscene amount of money, or you must really love soccer.
I love the game.
That's very smart. How long have you been playing soccer? Probably from the you can walk, right?
I mean, you cannot tell because I look much younger.
You look like you're 12.
I'm in my late 20s.
Is he?
Well, I'm 30.
Finally 30.
Finally.
You're 30. You're still
30, yeah.
here. You're a child.
I look
at age
so
30.
much younger, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
You do. You look 23 years old. Well,
So I'm playing since I'm 6 years old.
I'm sure.
Not professional, obviously, but yeah, professional starting 17 years. Yeah, that's why I signed my first contract, professional contract.
How do you? you take a beating. You can't play professional sports and your body not go through a beating to only have a couple weeks off. How do you do it?
Well, the time between the games, you have to relax a lot. You just take care of your body 24/7. That's my job, obviously.
Yeah.
Your job is to play games, be at the training, obviously, but then it's about take care of your body, because that's how I afford my life.
For people that don't live here, soccer is everything over there. I mean, everything.
It's huge. Yeah.
Like your Twitter followers are incredible.
There's football. That's
right.
the way I call it.
Sorry, football.
In England, especially, there's football, and then comes the Queen.
Okay, so the Queen is hoping one day to be at the level of football.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that. That makes perfect sense.
I think they're also addicted to football, so that's fine.
So, how many Twitter followers do you have? Like 2
over
million
100.
Twitter followers.
Yeah, 2 million. That's the aim. I have somebody that knows how to get a lot of followers.
So that's what you've done.
So I'm expecting 2 million followers in 1 week.
2 million in 1
honestly,
week.
it's growing. It's growing.
But the point is you're so popular.
Obviously, with the exposure, with winning the Premier League,
Yeah.
a lot of following, not only on Twitter but on all the other social outlets. It raised a lot.
Is winning the Premier League comparable to like the Super Bowl, for the most part?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how does your life change since that happened?
You have to ask my secretary.
I'm going to ask her at some
which is
point.
my wife.
Right, okay.
Well,
Where's Waluka?
let's
Hey,
say,
Raluca!
let's say the day after we won the Premier League, the madness started.
And describe the madness. For people don't always know what this is all. This
something
is like
like
behind
that.
the scenes.
Something like that happens 6 times a day.
What's that?
Interviews,
This.
being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But not always in a nice and comfortable, boiling
Yeah.
location
Good
like
weather.
that. But it was mad, and only the first day or first week we had to cancel 180 interview requests. It's madness. It was
Wow. And does it work like over here? Sponsorship deals, and they want you to be here and there, and you're traveling, and everyone wants a piece of you?
Yeah. Everybody wants a piece of the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I love a piece of the cake.
You have a piece now.
I got the piece.
You have a
amazing.
second piece. Last time
know.
was my wife.
I have the whole Fuchs family here.
But obviously, it's a good problem to have as well. It's not bad.
No.
I mean, we won the Premier League. So
Did this season start already?
season started? Yes, we have a couple. We had 10 games overall. We had 7 Premier League games. Then there's the Champions League. I don't know if that tells you anything.
You have a lot.
So it's a tournament. It's a tournament in Europe with all the champions from all the countries from last year. They qualify, and then you play in the biggest tournament, European tournament, to get the biggest title probably in the European club football.
Wow. Okay, so you would never in a million years be in that championship or vying for it if you didn't win last year.
Well, it's a little bit different.
See, it's complicated. I can't understand it. I'm trying.
The first 4 spots in the Premier League are qualifying for the Champions League.
Oh, I see.
Because you have to fill up the tournament.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not only the champions, it's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th spot. Then in other countries, it's only the first spot or the first 2 spots. So it's a lot of math behind those.
It's a little bit like the NCAA 64-team bracket. Like,
Okay, now I understand a little bit more. Or what you could do is when you're done playing soccer, you could take that incredible lower body talent and bring it to the NFL and kick with
Did
the
you hear
NFL.
something about that already?
So I heard this rumor that you think or surmise or assume or maybe just think that you could pretty much come in and knock out 60, 65 yards on a through the uprights on a field goal. But even if you don't think so,
Why
I
not?
think you could. Why couldn't you?
So you're my biggest supporter after my wife.
After your wife? No, didn't Mort Anderson, wasn't that his name? He used to play soccer, didn't he?
Yeah, there are a couple of examples that did. Even an Austrian, that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
He did the same. He was a professional footballer.
Right.
You always make me say soccer player. Why is that?
Because you guys are saying it wrong. It's a football player. I don't know why you keep saying this word soccer. I don't understand what you're talking about.
You just told me I soccer. Oh well. Let's go back on track. So a footballer, Austrian footballer, who won the Super Bowl twice as a kicker.
As a kicker.
There are a couple. Yeah, Tony Fritsch, his name is.
So 100 yards on a football field, generally the average field goal attempt is what? 35, 40 yards.
Like that, yeah.
So you probably know how many yards you can kick a soccer ball. Forget a football.
Well, without
Without uprights, without aiming.
Well, listen, without I kicked the American football already a couple of times, and without having specific training, because it's a different technique,
Sure.
obviously. I kicked it from 60 yards over between the uprights. So
Oh, between the uprights.
yeah, so that's
Now-
not too bad, I think.
No, but is there any part of that scenario that would terrify you with 12 insanely
I think
overfed,
that's very exciting. I think
infused
it's-
men running at you where you have literally like a nanosecond to get a ball snapped, laces out, finger down, and up through the uprights?
I think it's a nice challenge, and I would love to do that.
Would you?
Yeah,
You'd
definitely.
probably be great at it. You have a great attitude. You have an adorable smile.
And
You're obviously taking care of your body.
Oh, yeah, I smell good.
No, we're over the smell.
Without taking a shower, without...
No, you've been in the sun too long. You no longer smell good.
Oh, that's what you said. No, well, I think I'm also a little bit crazy because I like the challenge that people are running at me, and even though I hit the uprights, maybe they still tackle me. So I would like to experience that. Why not?
I probably should ask your wife the same question. I'm not sure she would want that, but
Well, I get tackled now already, so right now in the football that I play, we don't have this protection, so
right.
we really get cuts. The other day I got an elbow in my face and the lip was bleeding. There's a nice picture
You're
on
probably
social
shell
media.
shocked, right?
So we get really hurt as well. It's not soft. It's a fighting sport.
Well, it's not rugby.
Well, rugby is a different story because those guys.
Those
they
guys are insane.
Oh my god! I went to
Yeah.
a rugby game. They're ridiculous.
They're crazy. But no,
I
full
don't.
on
I don't
crazy.
think they feel any pain. I don't
None
think
of them
so.
have real teeth. Half of them don't have real arms.
Well, they have a couple of them.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Or
no,
hockey
they do.
players. I mean, I used to cover hockey, and I would walk into the locker room afterwards, and many
Well-
times I would walk up to a player, and he hadn't put his teeth in yet, and
But
I'm
it's
sorry,
the-
put your teeth in,
But
and he
it's
had
the
no
same.
teeth.
It's the same with me. What you asked me before. They love the game.
Yeah,
That's why you do it.
you have to. You have to love the game.
Yeah.
When you're it's very little time, but when you're not playing soccer, and when you're not with your family, and when you're not dreaming of playing in the NFL, you are, believe it or not, he somehow has found the time to give back to the young next maybe future
I hope
generation
so.
of
I
soccer
hope so.
players.
Yeah.
Tell me about your shirt.
Well, this is another part. So the giving back is about my soccer camp that I have
Yeah.
in New York.
Oh, I thought this was part of it. No,
This is a completely different story.
Okay,
This
I
is-
want both
this
stories.
This is my fashion life.
Oh, your fashion. Who knew? He smells good and he wears well.
I'm not making perfume yet because maybe I should just
Whatever it
feel
was,
my
it's a-
sweat into bottles
and
salt.
just sell it. It'll be like a Fuchs line.
What do you
of,
think
It's a
about
no
that?
Fuchs
Bad
given.
idea.
No,
Bad
but
idea.
just put
No
it,
way.
just wear it. Just wear no Fuchs given on your body and then
I'm
spray
wearing
it.
Christian Fuchs sweat. No
It's
Fuchs
good.
given.
And you could probably, I bet you could sell Christian Fuchs sweat on eBay and somebody would buy it.
Well, air that I'm breathing. Don't put it. Nah.
All right, first
I
time.
don't want to get that far. Okay,
Tell
you
me
want
about
to
the
know?
shirt.
Okay.
It's because it's a great tagline. No
It's-
Fuchs given.
Yeah, it's a play in words. So obviously, you kind of get the point what it means.
Yes, I would. Yes,
But nobody can say that I'm cursing because it's my name.
right.
So people obviously don't understand what Fuchs means because Fuchs means fox in German,
Like the animal.
like the animal.
Okay.
I'm at Leicester City, who are the foxes. So it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
funny
yeah.
coincidence. But yeah, well,
So this is your you came up.
I just wanna inspire people obviously with that because I started to make videos first of all where I don't give a Fuchs.
Yeah.
It's like Russian egg roulette with smashing eggs on the head, playing red bomb with so kicking balls against the behind with another player, you know.
Yeah.
All those silly, crazy games, or just drinking water against Danny Drinkwater, who is another player at Leicester City. So
Okay.
we had to drown 2 bottles of water, and who's winning obviously can hurt the other one a little
Okay.
bit, like
Yeah,
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
knee flick.
Yeah.
So those are little games, and then we said, you know what, let's get this bold attitude, this no Fuchs given attitude out there in the world, because I believe there are a lot of people out there that also don't give a Fuchs, and
I like when you
they
say
can-
it. I just
and
like
they
when you
can
say it.
Identify themselves with the shirt,
Right.
and that's how I want to share that with them. And yeah, it's we have now a second collection online, which is For women also, a nice tank top.
Yeah.
Obviously you should wear it because it's pretty hot here.
I should be wearing nothing is what I should be wearing right now. I should be taking all
We don't
my
want to get
That's a
that
different
out.
show. That's
It's a different show. You're right.
It's a different show,
Forgetting it's a different show.
And we are now in the production of our third collection, which will be nice again, you know, more
Yeah.
for the winter time, for the colder time of the year.
I love it. And what? And it's should I be intimidated by the skull?
He's laughing, so no.
No, he's loving. He's a funny skull. He's a skull
doesn't give
that
a
doesn't give a
Fuchs.
Fuchs. Yeah.
Is it Fuchs or Fuchs?
It's Fuchs.
Fuchs.
She can pronounce it perfectly.
Fuchs.
Fuchs.
I did it right.
Okay.
Because you know why I can pronounce it? Because I don't give a Fuchs.
But how even the no Fuchs scheme started is, I have to get up because my back is hurting a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
We
yeah.
drove here for 2 hours now. That's what we do
If
for
you
this
need to
show.
do
and
some
say-
stretches or something, Christian, you go ahead. Yeah. Oh wow, you're really doing it.
Oh well, no. So
There's the tripod.
no, I'm not
Flying
doing that at all.
tripods. All
So
over
how
the
it
place.
started is basically we were with the Austrian national team. We were in a hotel in Spain, and we always get our room keys in envelopes with a name on top. So they obviously pronounce Christian the right way, but then they mixed up the letters with Fuchs,
Yeah.
and
They stuck a K in there.
they stuck a K in there instead of the H. So
They did.
then I put a picture online, and obviously it went viral.
Yeah.
All the media picked it up, and then I said, yeah, who cares, you know?
Right.
And then
You
kind of
figured, I
that
don't
was the
give a Fuchs
pathway
about
to
that.
No Fuchs Given. So
Wow.
that's how No Fuchs Given was born. Yeah.
Wait, were you contemplating no Fuchs given or I don't give a Fuchs?
No.
Okay, it was
It's
definitely
no
was
Fuchs
always going to
given.
be no Fuchs given.
Yeah. yeah.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. It's hashtag No Fuchs
Oh,
Given.
sorry. Hashtag no Fuchs given.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love it.
That's that. And I don't give a Fuchs that I'm sweating now so much. I don't care.
But listen, don't you get it? If you're sweating, don't you think I'm sweating? At least it's normal.
No,
you
men
sweat
sweat
for
more.
a living.
Men sweat
Men-
more.
I don't know.
I'm
Luca.
sweating.
Okay.
I'm sweating waking up.
Oh, really? So,
But that's why it smells so good.
'cause do you-
Oh, you know, sorry
making
to
fun of how
interrupt.
good you smell.
so-
No,
but-
I'm telling you, you
But
smell
another
good.
thing, you know, that also helped me with this shirt. So we're talking about the madness after winning the Premier League.
Yeah.
So I was invited to the Montfort University in Leicester. They want to show me the campus. They had breakdancing, great show, a cake that I had to cut, gospel singers,
All for you?
and all for me. I was always guided around the whole
Yeah.
campus. Then suddenly they had just breakdances. They were amazing, honestly. And then I had do you call it? Well, it was also kind of a show, but with a crowd of 600 kids,
Okay.
students, not kids anymore,
Yeah.
students. And obviously, there's this one part playing in front of a crowd of 80,000. That's one part, which I can do, no problem.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different thing if you sit there with a guy that's interviewing you, and you have to speak in front of 600 people.
Yeah.
And then I was wearing that shirt, obviously, because also they wanted me to wear that shirt. And it kind of helps me to say, like, you know what, I have to do this anyway now. No Fuchs given, just do it. So you come over this
Yeah, it
point
gives
where,
you
like, where you're
confidence.
afraid, and then you're like, no Fuchs given,
Do
just
it.
do it. I have to do it anyway. No Fuchs given.
I love it.
So that's kind of, it's an inspiration, to be honest.
You probably say it at least once a day in your any given life.
No Fuchs given.
No Fuchs given. Can I say it?
You did already.
Hashtag no Fuchs given. I like it. I'm going to turn it into something.
www.nofuchsgiven.com.
See? Yeah, you do it well. You might as well sell something if you're going to do it like that. And then I have a couple other soccer questions. But first, I love the soccer camp that you guys put on. It's cute because who has time to do that? You don't have time and you still do it.
But there's my wife. Can we put her in the picture right now? Because
Look at Raluca.
she is the one who's running
Hello
Fox Soccer Academy
She's
in the
always
US.
cold, and yet for the first time in her life,
Finally warm and happy. Fox Soccer Academy.
like she's actually still cold. I don't know how that's
Somewhere
even
else.
possible.
You can tell she's my wife because we're wearing the same shirt.
I have
Yeah.
no choice.
I'm not related to this couple, actually.
You have one. didn't you?
Yes, I
You got
didn't
one,
wear
okay.
it because if I wore
Like-
black, I would literally die.
Yeah,
I would die.
No, but the Soccer Academy, this year was our second year. We had 60 kids in New York, some in New Jersey and some in Vienna, so we're growing worldwide, and we're very excited to give back. And he loves playing and teaching the kids, and we hope to grow, and the city is helping us with maybe giving us fields, so we're trying to work with them to see how can we maximize his little time that he has to really give back and have a lot of kids get to know him and get to play with him.
How old are the kids?
between 8 and 15.
Nice.
So they range. And this year it was exciting. We had a few girls, not just boys, and they were very passionate. So it's nice to see the mix of gender.
Christian, are you surprised that soccer is not bigger in this country?
It's growing.
I keep
you won't
hearing
believe
that,
it,
really?
but I just spoke today with a guy upstate New York, and he said in the whole area, like Pine Plains, Kingston, Rhinebeck, the whole area, there are hundreds of clubs. You don't believe it, but there are hundreds of football clubs. You say soccer again?
Soccer.
Football clubs.
But you're saying football. But there aren't football clubs. There are soccer clubs.
There are soccer clubs.
There's soccer
Yeah.
clubs. Are we ever going to get to the point where the Premier League will share itself with this country and we will somehow be able to partake in any way? No, that's just your thing.
It's in England, you know. I mean, there's the NFL does that. There are a couple of games in London, which I
Right.
will attend,
Right.
which I will go to. Which
Sure,
is
you
exciting.
should go to.
I personally think that American football, American soccer.
Well, now you're all
American
confused.
football-
What's
Oh my
what
god,
you
that's
play?
very confusing right now. So that soccer, let's stay with soccer because the audience is also.
Yeah.
So that soccer will grow in the next couple of years a lot, and then at some point, obviously, because the size of the country, it will grow big, and then it's also a very competitive league where people really, or where players might come earlier here, you know, and
Right.
then they start their career here maybe with 25 instead of 38.
Right.
That's the case at the moment, that most of the players come here after their career in Europe. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I also want to be here at some point soon.
But you should just do don't do what he did because, who is this guy? But follow some semblance of the path that, like, David Beckham led, right? He played over there, grew a
Well,
beard, had some tattoos, had a hot wife, came over here, moved to LA, he had tattoos, all of it, started or played on a team, whatever, and he became an overnight sensation.
He also has his underwear.
He has his underwear. We saw you in your skin piece over there.
Nice. Well,
Is it because you
You know-
played defense and he played offense?
yeah, well,
Big difference.
that's they make
Because
a big
otherwise you
difference
guys are
on
the
that.
same person, right?
Identical.
Identical. You know who he looks like is Ryan Reynolds. Do people tell you that?
No, they tell me he looks like me.
Yeah, they should tell
Yeah,
you
yeah,
that.
that's what
Yeah.
you do.
They
That's
should
what
tell
you
me
do,
that.
and,
Yeah.
oh well.
Well, what do you
Let's
do?
move on. No, but right now, like I said, I'm playing in Europe, and I'm very happy at Leicester.
No, I have
Obviously,
no
it's
doubt.
Amazing.
Amazing.
But obviously, because my family is here, at some point, Christian Fuchs will hit New York and bring his soccer skills to the United States.
Okay, so I want to go back to this for a second. All kidding aside, you probably, with maybe a few weeks of training, because your body's in the condition, could come in, work with a kicker here, and probably be able to nail the timing and be able to try out for a team as a kicker. Wouldn't you be able to do
I
that?
think it's repetition until you have the it's the snap,
Yeah.
the hold, then until you have the whole timing. It's just repetition. Yeah, I can. I'm kicking. It sounds weird now, but I'm kicking a ball for my whole life already.
Right.
So
And you can aim it. You're not kicking blindly.
I can aim it. The thing is, playing soccer, you kick the ball in a very different ways. So it's not only straight. You have to kick it in an angle, in a curve. So I'm very versatile with how I can kick the ball.
Right.
And I believe that I can get this done. Yeah.
Are you surprised that the NFL hasn't tapped into the league players that are sort of a year, 2 years, 3 years out and started recruiting from some of the world's best soccer players?
Well, I think that it has to come from the soccer players.
Oh, okay.
If they think about that, and if they want to do it, I think the NFL has their recruitment system, that they have their academies, their camps where they educate kids, or the colleges, where they specifically train that. So I think the NFL is good in relying on that because they form the players.
Sure.
But there might be some examples.
Okay, listen,
Guys
I'm
could
all...
do it from the outside.
I think it's a brilliant idea. All kidding aside, I think it's a brilliant idea. I think you have the skill. Obviously, you're in as top physical condition. Have you seen some of the kickers in the NFL? They're terrible. And some of them are my friends. Like, Sean Landetta was a friend of mine. But, like, Sean Landetta could eat 3 pizzas and, like, have a couple beers, and then like go out and kick a football. Like,
That's nice.
I mean,
That's nice.
maybe not. I don't know where Sean is now. The chances of him watching the show are less than
Sean
Lester.
Landetta, of all things, actually did a signing in Long Island.
Yeah, Sean's a great guy.
Yeah, it's actually my ex actually got me his autograph a couple
Oh, I
of
feel
weeks ago.
terrible. Why did I pick up one guy? One guy. I picked one guy in the history of American football, and Lance is like, "Oh, that's my
It's
brother."
really the Lance Langford show. That's what this is all
Oh,
about.
I feel terrible. My point is, I think it's a no-brainer, and I think you should do it. And I think that in the back of your mind, you have thought about it, and there's a team that you would love to play for. I think you know it.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just get it started.
New York,
I mean,
New York is blue now.
you would love to play for the Giants.
Oh,
I mean, that's what we should do. Who's
Somebody
the
should
Giants
call
coach?
him.
Bob McAdoo, right?
Bob McAdoo?
What's his name?
Ben McAdoo.
Ben
Bob
McAdoo?
McAdoo was number 11 for the Knicks. Right
You're
back
lucky
in the
that I
day.
even knew it was McAdoo.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna start a campaign. I want you to play here, and then I want you to invite us all to a game, and then I want you to be wildly successful, and I want you to credit it all to I don't know, me.
Oh, okay.
Me.
Make it happen.
All right. Make it happen.
But speaking of conditioning,
we take care of the rest.
let me tell you, speaking of conditioning, I dated a guy, Peter May, in high school. He played soccer, and he told me that in the average high school soccer game, he runs about 5 miles. I would have to imagine you run more than that in the average. What do you run?
Well, a little bit more than that.
He knows it in kilometers.
I know it in
gotta-
kilometers.
What is it in
It's
kilometers?
Points.
every game like between 10 and 11.5 or so.
What is that?
kilometers.
I'm doing it.
So
Talk about
it's
something
6
else.
Nine.
times 0.6, essentially. So it's 6 miles to, you said 20?
How many did you say?
11, let's say 11
7
kilometers.
miles.
7
You run
miles.
7 miles a game.
Yeah.
And you
But
play
it's
how
not
many
running,
games
it's
a week?
sprinting.
Yeah, you're
There's a lot of
sprinting.
sprinting, a lot of running, also walking in between.
Yeah.
Because there's some
Power
breaks.
walk. There's some power walking.
Power walking.
Power walk. Yeah, you probably do a lot
I'm
of
getting
that.
my sticks then. And
Yeah.
Nordic walking.
No, I've
you
seen
know.
some of that during the game.
Yeah. Dancing.
You've done some dancing. You've done some dancing. That's
Yeah,
another
dancing.
thing you should do. Why not do Dancing with the Stars? Listen, Christian, this is what we have to do with you. We have
These
to.
stars. Or
We have to turn you
He's not
into
retired
an
yet.
American sensation. Listen, a lot of those guys aren't retired yet. I think Jerry Rice did it before he retired. I think
Well,
Brian
Victor
Lochte
Cruz
did
did
it.
it.
Victor
Victor
Cruz
Cruz did it.
plays for your New York Football Giants.
I'm telling you, which Austrian? Oh, you know which Austrian I'm talking about. There's one Austrian that made it in America big time. Huge.
What sport?
And
No
it's
sport.
It's a sport.
It's a sport? Okay,
It's a sport. It's
Involves muscles.
it has a lot of muscles.
Arnold.
That was not your quiz.
Arnold.
Oh, was it?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I thought it was-
Ja,
I
was
thought
ich bin in New York, in Amerika. Okay, also first time I tried to drink with a beer.
What? Are you having a stroke? Oh, you're speaking Austrian. I'm like, I think he's having a stroke. I think that he finally got it.
That's the language that him and I are talking. Yeah.
You guys have your own
It's
secret language.
German. It's Austrian German.
Oh, okay. All right. I can count to 10 in German. That's not going to affect your life in any way, shape, or form.
Ein.
Impressive.
5, 3, 4, 5,
Eine
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
Okay, now you're just making up words. That's,
No, I'm not. Was I making up words?
Pretty
Or that
close.
No.
That's
There
good?
was, yeah, seven.
I
seven.
can
That was
say-
Yiddish.
I can say
That was
yes,
Yiddish.
maybe.
It wasn't.
He finished with 18, so there was nothing.
Finished with
He can
18.
count until
Solid
8.
number to
He
finish
can-
on.
He can count to 18 already. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
that's great. And I can say Ich liebe dich, and that's about it.
That's
Is that
also
good?
Yeah.
Aber Nachricht from the Kinder.
So I also, in my spare time, which I have very little of, I'm a personal trainer, and I'm fascinated by how you are able to maintain your body, keep your body strong, condition all at the same time, and rest all at the same time. Do you ever have to go to the gym, or is your gym basically within each game out there?
That's the case. So from my position, you have to be fast. You have to run a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
The other positions where they are running like 8 miles maybe. A mile is a lot, you know. And if
Yeah.
you put on too much weight, you always have to carry that weight with you.
Right.
So it's not that you have stops all the time like in American football. The way it is, you have one gameplay and then it stops again.
Right.
No, it's 45 minutes continuously, 50 minutes break, 45 minutes again.
Okay.
And it might extend to 120 minutes. So it's a lot of running continuously, a lot of moving continuously, and it's always carrying around the weight that you have. So for me, I'm not doing too much in the gym. I'm doing some, you know, for stabilization,
Yeah.
core and all that. But putting on weights, it's not my thing. Not my thing.
And guess what? Putting on weight is not my thing either.
Yeah.
I don't want to put on weight. I'd like to take off weight. And And the more I sit up here in this baking sun, the more weight's coming off, baby.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Right? Look at you. You're already like 3 pounds lighter than you were before.
The other thing, if I make it being a kicker for the Giants,
Yeah.
then you have to do a lot of leg strength.
Yeah, a lot of leg strength.
Obviously, yeah, and also upper body, because if you get a tackle, you want to be solid.
Yeah, I've never, in the history of American football, I've actually never seen a successful kicker tackle anyone else. So you would probably be the first. They
No, but
try.
getting tackled.
Oh, getting tackled to again.
Or
A
if
lot
you
of-
ma- or
The
if you're
guy
making,
who was the kicker for the Giants, Steve Weatherford, he was like in exceptional shape.
I know Steve. So Steve texted me the other day. Okay,
Oh.
we'll talk about that later. We're gonna bring him on the show.
We should have him on.
Yeah, you should meet my friend Steve. Steve Weatherford kicked for the Giants. He came on my radio show when I did Sirius Radio. He was my first guest on the radio show. I didn't even think to bring him on.
Look at that.
Kicker for the Giants and the Jets.
we have more shows to come. but
He's a
don't
beast.
worry
He
about
walked in with his own gallon of water. Like he couldn't
He's in great
go
shape.
the 8 minutes during the interview without drinking his water, and like a live chicken. He was like making the chicken breast like as he was like drinking the water. I mean, do you have to watch your diet? You're not watching your diet. You're in Austria. You're eating like
it. You know,
sausages.
I mean, no, Austin. These are Germans.
But you said you speak German Austrian.
Yeah, I know, but I'm Austrian.
So
I'm
what
not
did you?
German.
Okay,
The language is the same.
gotcha.
It's like
My
England,
mistake.
America, they also have the same language. It's the same country.
One of those
almost
is far
the
sexier than the other.
Yeah,
It's like Canada.
A homeless person in London, to me, is like the next coming of Christ, as opposed to, say, like the most well-spoken person in the United States. I would go with the homeless person, the British-speaking homeless person, 10 times out of 10. There's something about that language that just kills me.
But watching our diet, when we're at the training ground, we always get breakfast, lunch.
You eat a lot,
go-
probably, right? You eat a lot, I would imagine, to keep up with how much you're working out.
That's good.
I would like
He
to.
can eat. He can eat.
I'm fascinated. Because you know how much like a guy like Michael Phelps eats to be able to swim like he swims.
Yeah, you have to eat a couple of.
Or a lineman in the NFL. I mean, they're putting down
You have
thousands
to eat
of
a lot.
calories.
Yeah, you have to.
Give me like a breakfast for you. What
No,
could you put
breakfast
in?
is small.
Okay, what's a big meal? Dinner?
Just some
Lunch?
for breakfast. I have crunchy nuts and some raspberries, and that's it.
Crunchy nuts and it sounds like it's something my kids would eat. They're like,
Sorry, I like that.
that's so cute.
I'm playing. That's my job. I'm playing.
Yeah, you are. You have such a good attitude.
No, but it's
No
the
food's
carbs.
given.
No food's
Hashtag.
given.
No food's given.
Hashtag, yeah, hashtag.
Sorry.
It's what he's doing right now.
NoFoodsGiven.com. Well, it's the carbs that you need for training, for being active.
Go
but,
for it. Give
but
me.
then after that, I try to avoid carbs for my
When?
nutrition. Well, for lunch, dinner.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, I'm fascinated and I'm really impressed that I wouldn't think that you would have to watch anything, just that you're just a calorie burning machine because of how much you.
Well,
Run around.
I have some genes from my parents.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
And I know how it goes in the family, with weight.
Gotcha.
I'm not saying they're too big, but I know that when I stop, I will gain weight.
All right.
So
But that's what you have Rulu
I
for.
take care of it.
She's gonna take care
she's
of
gonna
it.
cook them for me.
Yeah. No. You have how many kids?
We have 2.
Are they little future soccer stars?
We'll see.
Do you
We'll see.
do you hope that they are?
If they want to be soccer players, yeah. Why not?
Is it a hard life?
It's a tough job.
It is.
Yeah.
People think it's glamorous that you run around and you get to be famous and you get to play, but it's much harder than that.
Yeah. Well, it comes with a price.
Yeah.
Obviously, when your family is not with you, then it comes with a big price. You don't. Well, you see your kids growing up and all that, but I see my sons. The older one, I see maybe 4 times a year, 5 times if it's good.
Wow.
Whenever he has time off, summer vacation, whatever, or when I'm here. And the little one is obviously also traveling a lot with Olympia, so it's every 2 to 3 weeks, I see. So
Wow.
it comes with a price that I'm happy to pay because it's taking care of my family, what I'm doing.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's not a permanent condition. So I have values that I want to be with my family and spend time with them
In your ideal world, how many years more soccer would you like to play?
as long as possible.
Yeah.
But it depends where. So obviously I'm in England right now for a couple more years, but after that I want to come to
Okay. Well, you let me know a couple months before you get here, and I will take out whoever's kicking for the Giants, just to leave an open spot.
Yeah, you can tackle.
Of course I can. Have you ever seen me get into a 3-point stance? It's a force to be reckoned with. When do you head back to London?
Sunday.
And then when's
Sunday.
your next game?
Saturday after against
Wow.
Chelsea in London.
That's a big game, yeah?
It's a big game. Yeah. Last year at Chelsea, it was the last game of the season. And it's like you're going into the stadium, and in England when the champion is already there. So we were champions 2 games before the season ended. So wherever you play, the other team is lining up. You walk outside, and they're clapping. So this was a big goal for me last season that I never shared, but to go to Chelsea, the champions of the previous season, go outside, and the previous champions have to clap to us. The last game, this was, and obviously it happened, and it was a very nice moment.
I'm sure. That's awesome. And does your family from Austria ever get to London, to England to see you play?
Yeah, they are coming also frequently. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, definitely.
Good for you. I know it's not the easiest life, but I'm a fan, and now that I've gotten to know you, and you're so fun, and you're personable, and I want to watch you play now.
It's only for the cameras.
Of course, me too. I'm a disaster when the camera's not rolling. But
Next game is against Chelsea, right? So tell her when to watch you.
yeah, when can I see you play?
Yeah, it's I don't know the exact time right now, but it's next Saturday.
Next Saturday, Leicester and Chelsea.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
I will just tell you that I, in a million years, would never have watched that game, and now I guarantee you, I am watching that game next
Just to
Saturday.
give a
Wake up at
Fuchs player.
7:30 a.m.
Yeah, 7:30 a.m.
You guys are kidding, right? I have a 19-month-old who wakes up at 4:30.
Yeah.
7:30 would be like me sleeping in.
Right. middle of the
Jen is
night
actually
already.
on British time.
Yeah, my child lives on London
I know
time.
exactly where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, look at this adorable face. This is the face you will see out on the field helping Leicester beat Chelsea, having Chelsea folks clap for him as well. And some weird, oversized man somewhere in some audio booth somewhere going, and next stop for you will be the World Cup, right?
No,
Oh no,
no,
not at all, because that's not going to happen.
it's not gonna happen.
Nope,
anymore.
not anymore. And
You
I
probably
know
know
that.
why.
Of course,
Of
because of
course.
that thing.
Yeah. No, I stopped playing for the Austrian national team.
Oh, you stopped playing for the Austrian national team.
Yes, exactly. We
Because
have
you
been
wanted to stay
kept
in
for the
London.
last couple of
That I
years.
did know. I knew you were the captain.
And obviously I retired after the Euros this summer. The reason is clear. I mean, I played 10 years for the Austrian national team. I think I did my part and had a good time there. Stopped at the peak, at the highest point where you can reach at a tournament. And then I decided to be there for my family more, so that's why we can have the show. Because if I would be at the national team, I would not be here.
Good for you.
So I retired for you.
You did it for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm extremely flattered.
Yeah.
And now I'm understanding. So, and I don't. I
Now
think
the whole truth is
Now
coming
all of
out.
Austria loves you, Jenna.
Austria loves me
Our
right now.
ratings in Austria
Thank
just
God they forgot about me now.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Love you, mean it. You know what? You made the right choice. I don't know if you made the right choice, but you made the choice that was best for you.
It was the
and you
right
got
choice
to
for me,
introduce
yeah.
yourself to your family.
It
which
was
is
the right
great.
choice for me.
Good for you. Because let me tell you, in 3 or 4 or however many more years you want to play with Leicester when you're done, I guarantee you you're gonna come back and you're gonna make a life for yourself here with Big Blue.
Exactly.
I feel like that's gonna happen. I'm gonna make some calls for you.
I also feel it.
You
With
heard it
you-
here
with
like
you-
3rd or 4th.
With you, the one pushing me, I feel
Yeah.
it's gonna.
It's me. And you too, Raluca, but mainly me.
You have the contacts.
I have the contacts. I'm gonna Google the Giants. I'm gonna call them up, and I'm gonna say, listen, is Wellington still
Which
around?
sport is
Nope.
New York
I'll find
Giants
someone else.
playing?
Tim Mara.
Right.
You're googling which sport are they playing? Which sport is New York
No, no,
Giants?
she knows NFL.
I'm good.
They also have
NFL is
the
the
tissues.
only
You
sport I
I
do.
can
heard
reach out to
you.
the tissues.
That's right. Obviously, up to the tissues. Thank you so much. I
Great,
know you're
thank
dying
you.
a slow death of heat up here. I had no idea it would be 114 degrees. And you guys were black, which is smart on so many levels. That's great.
Well,
You
we're
guys-
playing a lot of orange as well.
Hashtag no Fuchs given. What's better? How cool is that? That's amazing. We're going to go hit the shade now. You guys are going to watch Chelsea and Leicester on Saturday.
Yes.
And
Now they're gonna watch me.
and then you're going to watch this guy because you're not going to wear a helmet or a mask in any way. It's
You
just
know
gonna be
where?
you and your beard.
Yeah, exactly.
How long does
Number
it stay on
28.
for? Is that what-
Are you
This is
complaining about my
part-
beard?
I'm not
Permanent,
complaining.
permanent.
It's permanent.
That's the look.
So she made me shave my beard one time. The nice lady over there.
Yeah, the one you call your wife.
There's Raluca. So Raluca has been blamed for
Everything. So
the.
All my fault. All my fault.
everything is really just fun. Sort of similar to my role on the show.
Yeah, everything's nice.
My
What
birth
happened?
marriage, which I'm
Let me guess, you lost.
No, I didn't lose anything, which is curious. See, that would happen if I shaved my beard.
Oh no!
No, I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, no,
Just
no,
looks wrong.
that's not me.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me since I'm 17 years old, since I'm 12 years old to have a beard, and I stuck with it, and it feels right. You know, I look
does?
myself in the mirror. I have a beard. Yeah, that's me. I look myself in the mirror. There's no beard. It's not me. It's simply a teenager. I know I look young with the beard, but without the beard, it's.
I'll tell you what, he simply looks too young.
Yeah, I
Too
look
young?
too young. Yeah, I look too young.
Just and not like a defender. He's a defender. People have to be scared of him.
No. Nobody's scared of you unless you wear that shirt. No
Look,
one's
with
scared.
that
haven't
face, you
seen
cannot
it
scare
play.
anybody.
No, they probably come at you. You're like laughing, cracking jokes. Who's going to be afraid of you?
He's an animal on the field.
Are you?
You can't compare.
Casey, make a serious face because all I've seen you do is smile. Okay, so you can do it. So that's cool. All right, that's awesome. Well, I loved this. I have so much more insight into the wonderful world of soccer and how much bigger it is than the small world of the NFL right now. Until you're playing in it, and then it'll
Yeah.
certainly get bigger.
Definitely.
Will you come back the next time you're in town, which will probably be like a year from now?
Well, I'm coming back hopefully in November when there's the next international break.
Okay, the weather
Maybe
will
we
be,
can sit here again a
No,
little
no,
bit cooler.
It'll be so much nicer in November. So come back and we'll talk about it because I will watch every game you play from now, or try to at least.
Good.
And then I'll have a better handle on
Perfect.
soccer.
Sounds good.
All of
Sounds
it.
perfect. So see you in
Awesome.
November.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go take my shirt off now
Okay,
because
so look until that camera's live.
yeah, well I won't do it on camera, but thanks
Well,
so
we
much.
need you to take a picture. Don't forget.
Yeah, let's take a
the,
picture. I'm gonna stand up now. It is warm.
It is really warm.